G'day, Ralph here. Welcome to Geoterrics Outdoors Australia. You may hear a generator humming in the background. It's afternoon here at the old farm, off-grid, and the only way to get power is to use a generator. Now, if you're working from a mobile home, caravan, or any sort of other small space that's off-grid, you're going to need some power. So recently I released a video about 4 tips of how to be productive in your small space or on the van life, and one of those was the need for power, and that's what this video is about. I've actually got an XTM generator, a little 2.2 kilowatt generator, and I've put it through its paces. So I bought the XTM from BCF. I spent $4.99 on it, which is a little bit expensive for a 2.2 kilowatt. Aldi had a special for $3.99, and so did Full Drive Superstore or Adventure Kings. They had one for $3.99, but both of those were too large to actually fit into my boot. I've got a limited boot space and clearance at the back. So this one here was just the right size. It was Goldilocks, and so I picked it up. First one didn't go so well. It failed. It burnt a lot of oil, and I couldn't get it started, and so I took it back, and BCF were fantastic, and I got this new one and set it up. Let's have a quick look around. All right, on the control panel here we've got eco on and off. You've got a straight on toggle there, which is difficult, and you've got an off. You've got low oil ready and an overload warning. You've got a circuit breaker there and a cigarette lighter attachment there. What have we got here? We've got USB ports there. That's a great little feature. And then on here you've got your 2 power outlets, which look to be what?
That one's 15. They're 15 amps.
They're 15 amps. So 15 amps is perfect because I can run it straight into the bus. I have a little RCD box that I can plug into a regular generator like the one here at the farm. But this here running 15 is absolutely perfect. To get oil in here we'd need to be a little careful because you couldn't do it in its normal position. So that's actually got a little bit in it, but it's not registering any oil. So I don't subscribe to this particular brand, but the generator takes 15W40 or SAE30. When you're buying the oil, if you buy this particular brand or any other type of generator, quite often the port to get the oil in is really difficult and pretty small. Do yourself a favour and buy one of these oil dispensers. They'll save you so much mess and clean up and so much mucking around. I highly recommend it. I recommend that when you fill this up, before you get fuel in here, do the oil before you actually get fuel, because we'll be able to put it on its side and get the oil in and not actually spill any fuel. In future attempts to do this, you may need to rely a little more heavily on the oil dispenser, but yeah, great accessory. When it comes time to service your generator, however many hours that's recommended in the book, and I'll put that down here. There's your drain plug here. So the fuel that it recommends to use is unleaded 91 petrol and not to use the ethanol. So I've got oil and I've got fuel. There's only one other thing I need to do is put in the earth stake, but I'm going to attach it to the body so this can discharge any earth leakage straight into the ground. So using the little spanner that was in the toolkit, and the little metal screwdrivers, I'll undo the nut here. It's got a couple of washers It's got 4 washers here. I'll leave 2 on. I'll put the little, I'll just show that nice and close, little eyelet. Put that on the screw nut on, and I'll do it up. So I'm ready now to get it into position and start it up. This is exciting. Set this up here. Here's the earth stake. I'm going to push it in to the ground. Doesn't have to necessarily be deep as long as it's in the ground. So the instructions on the side here, let's go through them quickly. So we've got to pull out any plugs. We've got to check the oil, which we've done. We've got to turn the fuel on. We've got to close the choke, turn the switch on, pull the starter cord, then open the choke, and then plug everything in. When we turn it off, basically pull out the plugs, turn it off, and turn off the fuel. Fairly standard. Let's give it a go. So like I said earlier, we've checked the oil, got the fuel on, everything's unplugged. Now the choke. So on the indicator here, it said that this is closed. I'll turn the on switch to the on position. My surgeon saw this, he'd be a little cranky, but let's see how we go. I'm actually going to step on, I'm going to put my foot there and just sort of hold it down, give it a couple of pulls. Another thing I've done, I've actually set it up that the exhaust isn't blowing onto the grass over there, and I'm going to keep an eye on it. So that choke needed to be closed for 10 to 30 seconds. I might open it now and hear the difference straight away. I'll wait for that to get into a nice little rhythm and check that everything is okay. It's overloaded. I'm not quite sure why that is. Well, let me get back to you on that. I turned it off and restarted it, and the overload light is off, and so we'll see how it works. So all that looks okay. Let's pop down to the bus and see if the fridge is working, and see if we can get anything else to work as well. Oh, ripper. Yep, the fridge is on for 240, so I've put it on the highest setting there, and we'll see how quickly it cools down. Don't know if you can hear the generator in the background there purring away. If you want to work from a bus, and if you love your van life and this is your life, getting power to do the things that you want to do if you want to work, it's important to have the ability to generate power if you're not in caravan parks, so you can actually enjoy the beautiful outdoors wherever you happen to be. Hey, if you've got a different idea, or if you've seen me doing something that you don't agree with, or said something you don't agree with, leave me a comment. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. Please share it with your friends, and thanks for watching.